Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Nancy. Today I'm going to be taking you guys on a tutorial on how to cut a simple shirt and a short. Okay, this tutorial is beginner friendly and you can learn it in a twinkle of an eye. Let's go guys. First of all, I'm going to fold my fabric into two. Okay, to cut the front part of the shirt. I'm cutting the shirt first. So I'm going to take 3.5 measurement for my bottom placket. This 3.5 is to make it sit properly. Okay, you can use any measurement of your choice. You can use 2.5, you can use 3. It depends on your choice. Now I'm taking the length of my shirt, which is 25 inches guys. So I'm going to cut that off from the whole fabric. I've gone ahead to cut the length that I want for this shirt. Now I'm going to put my measurement. Let's go. First off, I'm going to put my neckline. For the front neckline, I'm using 3 inches depth and 3 inches width. Okay, you can put 2.5 inch if you want, but for this tutorial I'm using 3 inches by 3 inches. Now I'm going to go ahead and curve it. Then I'm going to take my shoulder measurement. My shoulder measurement is 7 inches, so I'm going to add 1 inch, half inch, sorry, for allowance. Then I'm going to go down by my armhole measurement, which is 8.5. So guys, I've done that and it corresponds. So I'm going to go by my waist length. My waist length is 14 inches. Yes, and make sure you're ruling your measurements. Don't do it across the line, just on the line that is your bottom bracket. Don't add the allowance there. So I'm going to go ahead to take my bust measurement, circumference measurement, the waist circumference measurement, and the hip circumference measurement. So guys, I went ahead to add 2 inch for sewing allowance. This is so that the shirt can be as free as possible. Okay, not too free, but understandable free. So I'm going to rule that out. Please guys, make sure your waist area is smooth. You don't want a sharp end there. For me, I try to blend as much as I can. Now I'm going to go by my armhole to create my armhole measurement. I'm dividing that place into 2, then giving it the curve. I'm going to connect the 3 dots guys to get my armhole. So that's our freehand. Now let's give our slope. Okay, now it's time to cut. I'm going to cut according to the lines. Okay, you don't want to cut more than the lines guys. And this fabric is not as hard as the other one I used. Please guys, if this video is blurry in any way, that's because of the weather. Okay, the weather was acting up when I was doing this tutorial, so I'm going to cut that out. This is our beautiful shirt coming up guys. I love this material so much. It's a newspaper fabric and it sits well even when cutting it. Now I'm dividing the placket side into 2. Okay, and I'm going to as well blend the down part of the shirt. I don't want sharp ends guys, I don't want sharp ends. So I've gone ahead to blend the down of the shirt and give it a simple curve. So our front piece is done. We're going to cut our back piece. I've gone ahead to draw my waistline and my areas. Now I'm going to put my neck measurement, which is 3 inches depth and 1 inches width guys. I'm going to curve that accordingly. The weather is so bad, it's going to rain, So I'm going to curve that beautifully well and put my measurements as necessary. I'm going to connect my slope. After that, I'm going to put my bust measurements and put my waist measurements as well, then my hip measurements. After that, I'm going to add necessary allowance, which is 2 inches, just like I did for the front piece. Then I'm going to connect the dots. After this, make sure you blend your waist area. After blending, I'm going to create my armhole. When I'm creating the back armhole, I'm just going to go straight. I'm not connecting in 3 dots. It's just a simple armhole. I'm going ahead to cut the space. Now I'm going to show you how I blended the edges. I'm going up by 1 inch, then I'm going to connect it to the normal line, and now I'm going to cut that piece. This was how I got the curve at the edge of my shirt. I want to cut that properly. I was seeing some width. That's beautiful. So our shirt is ready. Our shirt is ready, guys. Now I'm going to cut the short. So I'm going to ahead to draw the lines for my waist, my hip, and my crotch depth, and as well my length. That's the length of my short, actually, 18 inches. So now I'm going to put the circumference. My hip circumference was around 10 inches. Then I added 1 inch for allowance. Then I'm going to go ahead and put my thigh measurement there. Added extra 1 inch. Then go to my waist. I'm going to put the same thing as my hip measurement because this short is going to have an elastic band at the waist, actually at the back area. So I'm going to connect that dots, then connect with my crotch depth. So after that, I'm going to go ahead and put and fold the edge of my short, then put my thigh circumference there and connect, guys. I'm going to connect. I've added all the allowances that I need for the short. I'm going to connect it, and then I'm going to cut. Remember, the waist area is the same size as the hip. Okay, so now I'm going to cut the back. That's the front piece. I'm going to cut the back. What I'm going to do is just add 2 inches all through the measurements. 2 inches everywhere. At the waist side 2 inches, at the hip side 2 inches, at the crotch area 2 inches, and at the length of the trouser is 2 inches as well. This is a simple tutorial. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And I want to hear your comments as well to know what you think, if I'm doing well or not. So I'm going to go up from the waist with 1 inch to connect because of my back area. Okay, so that when I sit down, my my butt will be outside. So that 1 inch is going to help me. It's going to help the back sit properly. So after that, I'm going to connect the areas. I'm going to connect the areas. Okay, you want to use ruler if the fabric is being stubborn. That's why I'm using this ruler. So I've gone ahead to connect the areas. Now I'm trying to connect the waist area, the 1 inch. I went up by 1 inch for the back. Remember, guys, for the back, you don't want to forget that, unless your butt will be outside. So I'm going to go ahead and cut now. Cut. So So you want to cut the remaining piece out. So guys, here I'm going to show you how to cut a sleeve. I've gone ahead to measure the length I want. The length I want for the sleeve is 12 inch, and now I'm measuring my sleeve slope, or the slope of the sleeve. If you want to get that measurement, you're going to divide your bust circumference into 12 plus 1 inch. That's how to get the slope for your sleeve. Then I'm going to go ahead and put my shoulder measurements at that slope area, then put my round sleeve at the bottom of at the full length of the sleeve, then add the necessary allowance. I added 2-inch allowance. Then I'm going to go ahead and connect. That's just it for this video. This is a very simple thing to do. Okay, so I'm going to connect and cut that out. Guys, please try and subscribe, like, comment, share my videos, and please turn on the notification bell so you can be notified anytime I post a video. And you can just rate me from 1 to 10. I won't judge. Okay, that's basically it for this tutorial, and our sleeve is ready. So when I'm done sewing the shirt, putting the shirt together, I'm going to show you how to cut the collar. Thank you for watching. Bye.